How's it going? This is Gray in Salt Lake City, Utah. I got a poem here for Augusta Sitney, or it's Augusta. Anyway, thank you so much for your help while I was on the road. Your support meant a lot to me. Now, you gave me the prompt, dating celebrities, which I thought was fantastic. I didn't know what to do with it. So what I ended up doing, though, I wrote this little short story, and I will warn you, it does get a little bit weird. I plan on typing this up, though, at some point and submitting it for somewhere. I don't know. I really liked it, though. Thank you for the challenge. So, no title yet. I'll come up with something in a minute. I once dated a minor local celebrity. Her name was Jacqueline Priest. She is mostly known for local theater productions and some television appearances. It was, by all accounts, a very brief, though passionate relationship that shone bright like the low full moon, blood red on the horizon. It started when I went to go see the production in Abraham's Shoe, where she played a minor backup role. She had a single line, which, if I can remember it correctly, it went something like, "No." But the way she expressed it, it was pure poetry. I sent her flowers and verse in praise of her deft and awe-inspiring performance. Through telekinesis, we made arrangements to have dinner together. She brought with her a male friend, and I sat 20 feet away across the restaurant. Though we were seated at quite the distance, and I was unable to hear any of my remarks that he was making, nor did she ever at one time turn her attention towards me, I know she could feel the warmth of my gaze upon her, and she seemed very interested. While she seemed more interested in the gentleman who accompanied her, I know she was directing all of her attention at me. She is an actress, after all, and she was simply demonstrating how she would have dinner with a charming man, such as myself, with the actor who played me, as though she was still on stage, just for my enjoyment, and she was splendid. Her performance was superb, as though I wasn't even there. We went on a few more dates after that. I never dared moving closer than 20 feet away, for fear of disrupting her performance. It was the 4th or 5th date that she invited me back to her place. She whispered into my stand-in's ear, and while I could not hear what she was saying, I could tell by the expression on his face what was communicated. It was all I could do to stop myself from bursting into applause. Of course, I agreed to accompany her back to her place. Oh, only a fool wouldn't. And as though reading my response, the gentleman modestly agreed in such a performance that I imagined would be my response. I followed their cab at a distance, of course, reluctant to break that fourth wall, maintaining the absolute purity of their performance, and we made sweet, sweet, satisfying love that night. I, of course, standing quietly outside the bedroom, watching the excellent, flawless movements, his body moving exactly as my body would, her eyes and moans indicating how much she wanted me. I could perceive her subtle movements and shifts, how she thought of me in every aspect and moment of the act while expressing her joy to my stand-in, so that he could continue to play the role of me without once breaking character. This went on for quite a few months, with great success, if I might say so myself, my stand-in doing a fantastic job representing all of the ways in which I would have myself behaved in a relationship. There were a few representations, though, that were slightly inaccurate, just a little bit. I would have purchased more roses on Valentine's Day, for instance. I would have held on to her longer after making love. But I let these slide, as they seemed minor, and she really did seem quite in love with me through him. Eventually, it became too much, especially after one particular incident and when my stand-in failed to make an entrance, and I had to fulfill the role of myself by myself, which was a little bit frustrating, as I have very limited acting skills. She was splendid in portraying the shock and horror at how I was breaching the fourth wall, and she should have been. No audience should be required to act in the play they have come to watch. Anyway, the paparazzi immediately swarmed in with their red and blue flashbulbs. I suppose that's big in the paparazzi world these days. And they literally got between my lover and I, and before long, I had to call it off. It was simply too much of a hassle, alas. Breaking up with her was quite painful for both of us. She was physically shaken when I told her it was over, but it's for the best. She deserves to have her brilliant career, and I do not blame her for choosing it over me, and we still see each other every now and then. Of course, she's coy and pretends not to notice me on a hill 200 yards away by court mandate through binoculars. But we have a spectacular time together every time we see each other. So there's that. I hope this doesn't ruin anything. But anyway, have a wonderful day.